Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Amy.
Amy.
Hey, Amy,
Hi, Kristen.
how are you doing? Sorry, I was muted. I'm still a little bit in transit, but
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm doing a little bit of everything myself.
how's your month been?
Good. Busy.
Kind
Yeah.
of flew by. I mean, since the rescheduled backyard Bolton, it just seems like can't believe we're already into October.
I know. The artisans, they had their little thing this weekend and it looked like it was, at least on the commons, it looked like it was pretty well attended.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I know we were promoting it. They've been promoting it.
Yeah.
And that's some of them, I think. Well, anyway. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. And they had such great weather. I was so happy for them.
They had really good weather. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
also had
great.
apple cider donuts. I think that was the draw.
It's interesting though, it's spread around town. I mean, I guess that, if you're like an artist, especially if you have like specific things at your house that it's hard to transport, it makes sense. But it seems like if it were more concentrated, so that you didn't have to go to all the different places, each place may get more business, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. I mean, it is nice. They really do a nice job of providing the maps and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's. And So just started in Open Studios.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they had it was kind of funny. It was a Thursday, Friday thing rather than Bolton Harvard, which was a Friday, Saturday. It was.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I just noticed that on their page. So, I wonder eventually if they all support each other. Of course, that would be trying to go to 3 towns would probably be pretty difficult.
Yeah. Hi, Eric.
Hey,
Hey, Eric.
What's going
Do we
on?
have enough people to start?
Yeah, it's 4 of us.
Or not.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. Still at the office, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Alrighty. You're driving.
Well, I'm getting dinner and I'm doing a couple of things. So if I mute myself and I don't respond right away, I am here. I'm definitely here listening to everything, and I will respond as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'll try to make it quick. Gotta hit the grocery store on the way home too. So alrighty. So I guess what's today? 7th of October. Let's see. Welcome to Bolton Sign. Discussion of overdue annual fees and new business interest. This is Sean or Pam. You want to lead this?
Yeah, well, on my end, I sent out final notices. Lauren and I did. I received another payment. We gave them until the end of this month to respond. After that, we sent a warning that their sign would be removed and replaced with someone from the waiting list.
Is that end of October you gave them until? That's what I was
Yes.
looking to clarify. Okay, so they still have a little bit of time. So we still only have the 2 spots right now to offer to the 4 that are on the wait list, if I'm understanding correctly.
Right.
Okay, cool. I was gonna make some calls in the morning. I just wanted to clarify that before I did.
Who are the 4 on the wait list?
It was Danios, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Oh, the liquor store.
Yeah, liquor store, Quilted Crow, Bolton Capital Group, and Yoga 626 are the 4 names.
Cool.
So,
do we know?
And then I don't know how we could. Maybe we want to wait until we see if the 2 that we have get scooped up. But I feel like there are other businesses in town that we could put that out there too as well.
So we have 1 open spot, right? And then
the one
Fotini's is going away.
Fotini's
Right?
can be taken down. Yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
when we take down Fotini's, I can bring that to the vendor so that they can match the color for the ones.
So we found a vendor.
Mm-hmm.
And what were they charging per sign?
I think it's 450, and then there'd be an installation fee, but I think we agreed that we would cover that, like out
Mhm.
of what we get from the annual fees.
We only
And-
have 250 in the account right now after we paid the electrical repairs, so
Okay.
just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Do
so
the,
then we would probably need to get the 450 in advance from, well, we'd probably get invoiced from the sign company. Like we probably wouldn't have to pay on the spot, I would imagine. We'd have net 30 or something, and then we
If I
just have
remember-
to get the check and put it in the account from the vendor, from the business that's advertising before that.
If I remember right, we charged about 500 for the original sign anyway, so that seems right in line, which is good. Do they know the 4 people know that there's that initial upfront cost, or?
No, I was gonna call him in the morning. I just wanted to clarify how many spots we
Yeah.
had, and then I have time
Cool.
blocked off tomorrow morning to make some calls. So
Okay,
I'll let
that
you know
sounds
that
great.
it's 450 and then $50 annually for maintenance, and then
Yep.
see if they're
Yeah,
interested.
that sounds good. Do we know, I forget if we decided if there was room for another row or not, but like, do we want to go with, just first come, first serve, or kind of like,
There
customer
is
based?
room. We could probably add a couple more rows like down below where the signs are now. There's space in between where the rock wall is and like where you wouldn't
Okay.
be able to see it anymore.
Okay.
But I think we only have 4 on the wait list and we have 2 open spots, so I'm not sure we necessarily need to do that. I think we would want to be full and then have 4 people on the wait list. Otherwise, we would just, I mean, we could have them add another row while we're paying for an installation fee anyways, rather
Mhm.
than have them come back twice. But either way, they're gonna have to come back twice if they're adding more names to it. So
Can I just add something though? I was actually looking at the sign the other day when I was sitting at the stoplight, and I feel like it's when people are getting off the highway pretty much and they're like looking at the sign. Like I think if you add too many, you're not going to be able to read it because
Mhm.
it's not like there's somebody like standing there looking at it because of the location. It's kind of when
Right.
your car sort of sitting at a light. So
that's fair too. Yeah.
I think keeping the number we have is I think I would just do that rather than add another row.
Right, and if we have multiple businesses that go till the end of October and don't pay their dues, then those are interchangeable at that point. So
Yeah.
Okay. I know that the center column was kind of like town type or municipal stuff, and then the right side was farms. I don't know if there were any gaps there or whatever, or if it would just leave it farms on the right, businesses on the left.
I don't think that matters a ton personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then we would, if we were like waiting for a farm to go on the right side, then we
Yeah.
might have a blank spot for a while. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think we should
yeah.
just mix them up.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, I agree, Amy. If it gets too busy, then people won't even be able to read it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just happened to be looking at it when I was sitting at the light the other day and
Yeah.
you
There
know,
already are a lot of signs on there, so
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess then we would just have to decide once we know who's in or out, like what order do we receive them, or if we want to like I said, do customer facing businesses or what, you know. I know Bolton Capital, he donates tons to the
Mhm.
town, so
Yeah.
I don't know how we weight it.
Recording in progress.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, they give us a lot of money during the Reese.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean,
it'll be my first call tomorrow then.
yeah. Well, and even like just in town in general, like, you know, the Little League field is
Yeah, you
Bolton
don't have
Capital
doubt
Field
that
for
they're
a
gonna
reason.
keep up on the $50 fee each year to keep their name there, you know, if they want to do it in the first
Yeah,
place.
I mean, they're very active in donating to the town, so.
Good,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Um, anything else there? I love that the light works. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
Seems
Is that
pretty
something,
consistent.
Pam, I know we like can't have discussions over email, but can I send out like, if I get people to commit to the sign, is that okay that I send that out via email to everybody? Just
Yeah.
as an update kind of thing.
Yeah, we can relay information to each other on email. We just can't deliberate over things.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll keep you guys posted then.
Yeah, sounds great. All right, yeah, that sounds good. I know I mention this every now and then. Somewhere stored, either at the DPW or in the basement of the town hall, there is a second sign. Welcome to Bolton sign. I don't know. The original thought was that it would be coming off of the other side of the highway, but that turned out to be kind of like state-owned land, and it was too difficult to put it there. So I don't know if we could repurpose it somehow somewhere.
No one
I don't
knows
even-
where it is, Eric.
Oh, nobody knows where it is.
No.
Last I heard, it was at the DPW, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
asked I asked Randy Heglin, the director, and he wasn't familiar with it.
it's somewhere.
He's been there for 4 years now, so
Yeah.
he would have run
Uh,
into it at some point, but
Yeah,
Good thing,
fire,
yeah.
firewood, I guess. Expensive firewood. I know it was made somewhere. 50 years from now, it'll be found. Maybe it's in that old firehouse they're gonna tear down. I don't know. Okay, that's it for that. So backyard Bolton. I wanted it to be done a couple weeks ago, but we're gearing back up for the 19th. We're at about 25-ish vendors. Kristen posted in, I don't know exactly what groups, but just in the past 3 or 4 days, I've gotten, say, 5 to 10 brand new vendors that are interested that we hadn't reached before, outside of Bolton. But I think that's fine, you know, get the customer base. I mean, get the vendors there so the customers will come. If it's the same vendors over and over, I think customers get bored anyway.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think we could market that too. Like, hey, we have
Yeah.
10 new vendors, come check them out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've already gotten some of the images in, and they're actually really nice items. I mean,
Yeah.
well, the few I've seen, this is why I need to get the list. If I get the list, the full list of who's responded, some of them
Yeah,
have
sure.
messaged. I know some of the ones who've responded only because they messaged the Destination Bolton page asking more about it. And so I was able to get some. I know a dog bakery, and then these really nice wreaths, like Halloween wreaths, Christmas wreaths, but snowmen, these like big, large snowmen that really are kind of cute, actually. So
Yeah, yeah.
But-
No, it was all good looking stuff. Hey.
so hopefully, I'd like to market it as sort of a pre-holiday. You know, we can kind of put the spin on, you know, because we are getting some of this Christmas, like the like holiday type stuff. We can
Yeah,
probably
I think
market
that's
it
kind of
as,
a good idea.
you know, like a pre-winter, you know, although it's fall, it's still
Yeah.
a fall market, but it's sort
Yeah.
of, you know.
Yeah.
So, but the food truck now,
So
well,
there
you
was
need-
one, there was one vendor, I forget what they call themselves, but they kind of said that they do like popcorn and hot dogs and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's fine to me. But I know you talked about like licensing and stuff, but I don't know. In general, I haven't.
Can I ask, what about like the Lions Club coming?
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because they have like hot dogs and
Yeah.
cider donuts and all that
Yeah.
stuff. If they're not at Shartner Farm, they probably would be willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think-
So,
go ahead, Eric.
oh, God. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, that seems similar to that other person. So, if that's the case, maybe we wouldn't have, two of them. Just one of them is probably fine.
What did the other person have? Sorry.
It was, I don't know. I forget. They said like lemonade, popcorn, hot dogs, different things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, what, I mean, if we want a food option, which,
I think it would be good. The vendors have asked for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the vendors actually brought it up. It'd be nice to have something they could have lunch, like something as they're
Yeah.
sitting there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we want to make sure, you know, I think that the key is to promote it all enough that we get a good amount of foot traffic, because otherwise that
Yeah.
won't be worth their while, obviously.
I was actually
Well, my
talking
kids
to
were pumped. The Kona ice truck was there last time. I don't know, it might be a little cold for him, but
yeah, it might be a little cold out. That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. The cider donuts would be
Yeah.
good.
I was talking to a couple of vendors at the open studios and the town common. It was nice to be able to just not have to organize things and
Yeah.
just walk around. But of a couple of them was saying that we're coming in October, they actually like the October timeframe better than September. So maybe we should just, there's a lot of competition in September. Maybe we should just in the future stick with October.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably telling that you're getting all these new vendors too. It's probably because they're all busy in September.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
There's like the Sterling Fair and this fair and that. There's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff in September
Yeah.
going on.
Well, and we, I think it also depends who you reach out to. I put the request for vendors out on 4 different groups, like that each have several thousands of crafters and vendors. So probably we could do more different types of vendors in the spring and summer.
Yep.
If we reach out, and
Yeah.
I think, anyway, that's, but yeah, I think there is something about October where there's not quite as much, as many of these going on, where I'm sure there's a little bit of a break for some of them.
Mhm.
And, it could be kind of a pre-winter market type,
Yeah.
if we wanted to market it that way, where
Well,
it's
it
not
also-
cold enough.
Yeah, it also spreads them out a bit too, which is good. Even like we did 3 or 4 weeks, but even maybe that's August to September maybe wasn't enough. So maybe it is best just to do that in the future. But yeah, so I've responded to all those people that emailed me, Kristen, and they're in different stages of, asking for information versus saying they're coming. There's a few
Okay.
that are definite, so I'll go through it either tonight or by tomorrow, and I'll let you know when I've made updates.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. The sooner I get the information, the quicker I can pull together some promotions.
Yeah, sure. Do you think it's best that I say, if you want to, just so I'm not the middleman, if you want to have pictures and promotional, just share the pictures on Destination Bolton, because then you have direct access. I'm not stuck in the middle.
Yes. So what I've been doing is I've been emailing once you put the vendor on the list, I copy it over. I copy those emails over and send them my own personal email,
Okay.
making sure that they know it's separate from registration, that they're relying on you for like registration details and all that type of stuff. And I said, I'm purely promotional. So my emails are purely promotional. Please send me your pictures and videos or whatever you want. So I'm basically relying on the Excel sheet to kind of start that off. And I think, and I email them all at the same time. So it's a little simpler because then I have one thread. I'm just getting picture after picture from different vendors. So it's easier that way, I think, just to keep it in one chain.
Okay.
But I have pulled a few already off of the Facebook people that have been messaging the page.
Yeah, that
So
sounds great. And definitely, if you can get the spot dog back, I talked to Mr. Bates from the principal of
no, sure.
and he was
I
going
missed
to he was going to he kind of like forgot about it last time, but and he came and said sorry, but I was like, it's canceled. But he said he would let the whole school know that that's going to be there. So try to get like some interest from that side of things. Have the kids make their parents go.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole goal of it. And I think especially, when we have vendors who have like family, like baby knitting stuff, and, the more probably families for some of the vendors, the better.
Yep. I think that's it. I noticed with like the open studios and even Bolton 5K, they have so much more signs and promotional than we do. We should probably, and I like the one that I think it's the Bolton 5K. They kind of have like a banner type staked sign. Like, I don't know, maybe we should look at the political type sign size. I forget what they're called, but it's just like the little
stake in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should,
So they're
maybe we should do that.
everywhere. Yeah. Ours.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we should do something like that. It's probably not too expensive.
No, they're actually pretty cheap.
Yeah. Just have to come up with a design that we can kind of like modify quickly, just date really. Do you, I guess maybe I should talk to somebody from the 5K to see where they get those, or do you think,
If we
You
have
can
a
ask
design, I
Gaia.
can also ask the vendor that we're gonna use for the Welcome to Bolton sign too, and
yeah.
see if it's something they can do. But
what were you gonna say, Amy?
Well, I get them for my, my,
Open house?
not open, but whatever, for real estate.
Yeah.
And they're cheap, and the corrugated, and they come with like a metal thing you stick them on. So
Mhm.
my vendor can do it too, but we could get a couple different prices for it.
Yeah, maybe, I don't think we could turn it around for this one, but for the future, probably.
Yeah, I
yeah, we have
agree.
plenty of time for
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, we, once we know the dates or whatever, we can probably just print them ahead with the dates. Yeah, I think that would be great. Just, and I just, yeah. Just a week or two before, just getting that along Main Street,
Mhm.
so tons of visibility.
I
Do you
agree.
think the church and the library would let us put signs outside that like parking for backyard Bolton, like outside of their lots on the days too, so people know that
Yeah,
there's down there too?
probably. Yeah, they probably don't care. I know Trinity wouldn't care.
A lot of times they're at the backyard Bolton, so they might be amenable to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah, stunk that we had to like cancel, but I think it was pouring at noon, so I think it was a good.
Yeah, it's a good call.
it was a
Oh,
good
wait a
call.
minute.
I was looking at the radar. I was like,
It poured all day. I was watching it from the
Yeah.
window. It was like even
Yep.
2 o'clock, it was still going. It was
yeah,
terrible.
so it was good. Yeah, it was much worse than it was looking like earlier in the day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the vendors would have still showed up. And then they would have set up and sat in the rain all day for
Been
very
miserable,
few
yeah.
customers to
Yeah.
come through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we might want to keep that in mind in the future, because I think one of the, I know what put one of them over the edge was that the fact that they couldn't drive their vehicles over the grass,
Mhm.
which of course I think, I don't know what the rain or shine, I guess, makes sense unless it's heavy rain, because then we know that they can't drive their vehicles. I mean, imagine not being able to take, haul all that stuff into the middle of the common and not be able to drive your vehicle. I think that was what one
Yeah,
commented,
yeah.
that was the final straw.
Yeah,
Even if you have a tent, it's like,
I mean, the reason why I say rain or shine though is because I just didn't want it to be like ambiguity,
yeah,
like what we're having it, even if it's raining, just like you don't want people to be like, oh, well, we'll just go to the rain date. I don't know.
yeah, right.
It's just tough.
It
But
is tough because it's hard to schedule for everybody, I'm sure,
yeah. Yeah, and I think I was talking to Jeanette Butchram, and she was saying that rain dates are tough to like plan around. So vendors, it's tough for vendors with rain dates anyway. Nobody
Yeah.
likes rain dates.
Yeah.
Makes
Right.
sense, but I mean, what's the alternative? Sit
Right,
outside
right.
and wait for nobody to come to your booth?
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's like just hope that it works out.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because
We've had
drizzle's
pretty good
fine.
luck so far, knock on wood.
Yeah,
That
we've
was the
yeah,
first one we've
it's
had
been
to
it's been pretty
push.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the first day it rained in a month. Not too bad. But anyway, let's move on.
All right. Can we
All right,
move on?
so yeah, so the business gathering. So I saw your email go out, Amy,
Yeah.
the 22nd.
Yeah, I didn't do an Evite. I was gonna do an Evite, but then I'm like, then people have to like reply. So I just was like, I think it might be better for an email. So I've gotten probably 10 people say they want to come.
Oh, that's great.
It's also good because the people went like, it says like undeliverable for some of them. So I've just like deleted them from the list.
Okay.
And then a few people said like my business is no longer in Bolton. So I've been sort of able to
That's
update
cool.
that list a little bit. Yeah.
Do you mind forwarding me the list that you sent out just so I could look to see if any that I know of are missing?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. So that's
Mhm.
good. So that's going to be at Slater's from, what was it, 5:30 to
5:30 to 7:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I added, I have like a little bit like a women's networking group that I started. So I added anybody from that's like
Perfect.
a Bolton Beats business on there. And I made sure that some of the local realtors were on there. So
Cool.
that we did, yeah, so. should
Perfect.
be
Yeah,
good,
that's
but I'll
great.
send it to you.
Yeah, no, that's good. So hopefully we can get like another 10. It'd be good to have like 20 or so, but
Yeah, I think it'd be
10 is a
good.
good start. Yeah. Anything else on that or?
No, I mean, I called Slater's and the woman I talked to was like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. You know, you can come. And I said, well, we don't need a table, like kind of just sort of set up in a little corner and have some pizza and people can get drinks and stuff. And she said, okay, so I think I'll just probably go pop in like, you know, a couple days before just to make sure that they are aware of what we're doing. But she's like a
Yeah.
Tuesday night, it should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. All right.
Amy, can
Yeah,
you forward that invite to me that you sent out?
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
I'm
see it.
sorry.
That's okay.
I actually forwarded it to me too, Amy. I don't have it.
Oh, Jesus, seriously? None of you- Okay, well, I made sure that all the businesses were on it.
That's
I got it.
that's the most important.
Yes, I will.
yeah, I got it. Yeah, so
And I can
Do-
put something on the webpage
yeah, that's fine.
just
Yeah.
for reference.
And Kristen, you could, I don't know, maybe Kristen could share it with the business networking.
Yes, I'll put it, once I have it, I'll put it up there.
Okay,
want to
yeah,
confirm. Okay.
yeah, I'll do that.
I saw some action on there, what the cultivate or
You know what, United Cultivation
United.
posted their video reel. They did a nice, I mean, it's a pretty nice
Yeah.
looking reel. It looks pretty good inside.
yeah,
So
that's good. I don't know
yeah,
how many
so
people are checking it, but the more we use it for those type of things, like the wreath stuff, and that would be great.
yeah, and once I'll put this business, I didn't have the information, but I'll put it up. And once Amy sends it to me, I'll get that up. And
Okay.
I think, yeah, we'll just, if we start putting more and more up there, people might check it. I mean, they'll still rely on the email list, I'm sure, but
Yeah. Should you and I think you probably did this originally, but occasionally on the town occasionally on community, can you just let people know it's there and just say, even if you're an in-home business or whatever, if you want to
sure.
join or something like that. I don't know.
That's,
I don't
I
know.
guess that's the question. Do we want, I kept it exclusive to the email list, only
Okay.
because it's,
Yeah, I don't know. You're saying, do we want anybody to join or?
well, and I
Yeah.
think, well, we have to think about how it's best used. I think,
Yeah.
keeping it to business owners. What's tricky about the Bolton group is we kind of draw from Stowe. I mean, it's a community group, so it's not all Bolton. It's like a large range of businesses from around the area.
Mhm.
And I'm just worried if I'm not sure if I'd have the time to vet every single one of them as to where they are all coming
Okay.
from.
Well, I
But-
guess, do we want like are we catching in-home businesses or realtors or like that type of
I
people?
mean, the list, I'll send the list. I mean, it is, it's not just brick and mortar.
Yeah. So whatever that list we have, that we email, that's probably who we should invite to the networking.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can start looking at some people who've messaged me to be put on the Shop Bolton page, and just match them up. I think, I can do some type of promotion to try to funnel more people that are at home businesses to our, in some way, so I can capture their emails in some way, because it would help to promote to them. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to promote the networking group to at home businesses or make it open. It's just there's so many people on the Bolton community group that are not Bolton businesses, but
Gotcha.
they consider themselves Bolton business because they come to Bolton to service people, which
Yeah.
it's just too complex to kind of
I
open
hear
it
what
up.
you're saying.
And there's like 4,000 people on the group, and it's
Yeah.
kind of large. But I'll try to figure out a way to siphon, funnel down more people to make sure we are being more inclusive to home businesses.
Yeah, however I'll leave it up to you. However you think you can capture more of the businesses in Bolton, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's it. Next on the list was a agricultural map and business information. You sent out, pull up that email. Sent out an email with that, right? Oh, there we go. So this is like updated, or is this an old map? I forget.
This is the updated version. Kristen sent some revisions. Did you meet with Kristen? You met with Bob Romer and went over the outdated list, and this should be the revised list. We sent it off to BSC Group, who worked on the master plan, and they revised the map and sent it back to us. So I think the intention was to use GIS and make this interactive.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I
Yeah.
don't think the Zeka farm stand exists anymore.
Is it on there? It shouldn't be on there.
Yeah,
I
what
hope-
you're showing.
okay.
Maybe this isn't the updated one or something.
No, it is.
No.
Yeah, this is.
This is not the update because Pleasant Garland
Oh,
Day
it's not?
not
All
on
right.
mine.
I might have pulled up. Thought I
No.
uploaded the.
It's tricky because I originally
Hold on
sent
one
Bob
second.
Romer one
Wow,
over
look
the
at that,
summer.
quite the desktop.
I had sent over the summer. I had actually originally sent it over the summer, and it just had the ones to delete and add. And I used a Google Doc or something, and I just don't know. I mean, I didn't sit with Bob and look at a map as we did it. I just gave him what to add, what to take away.
Yeah,
So-
I sent that list over to BSC Group. They sent the map. I think I thought I had uploaded it and replaced it with the old one on the master plan website, but I might not have made it live. I just did it today, so.
Okay.
Didn't check it yet.
Yeah, I think Zeka's, there's a,
See if I can
either way,
find
I
it.
think you guys had seen some of the ones we had changed. And how dynamic is it? Is it something we can add to and change, or does it have to always go through?
No, they sent us the GIS data layer, so we have it now as a layer we can manipulate in the GIS program.
Oh, nice. Okay. So we could add and subtract.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get it back out to you. It didn't upload to the website correctly.
That's fine, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be great, and if it's interactive, and we talked about maybe for next year, if we can somehow get farms or some, small farm stands to be able to update to some central place. I think you were working on that, Kristen, maybe with different sites, so many sites I can't keep track, but
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, yeah, it'd be nice. I've got different platforms to put it on.
Yeah.
And I think it doesn't sound like, and Amy, you were there. It doesn't sound like there's any ag commission forming in the near future.
no, I don't think so.
I mean, we talked to Ken, and he just sort of laughed it off like, oh, I'm not going to do the work or something along those lines. I think it's just a lot of work for them, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if.
Yeah, I mentioned it to the owner at Bolton Orchards during the agricultural tour that we did a few weeks ago or last month now.
Yeah.
And they all thought it was a great idea for the ag committee to reform, but no one was interested in being on it.
I know, that's the problem. It's like, they're opposed to, and this is why I wonder if we're just not gonna, I mean, as Destination Bolton, I mean, a large part of our businesses obviously are agricultural. So I feel like in a way it makes sense for us to kind of loop them into what we promote, which we already do anyway, but I can't say that we're the replacement for the Ag Commission. So I don't know the solution exactly, but I'm open to helping to promote them, obviously through the whatever page, whatever we can do.
Mhm.
But what else, what other parts of the Ag Commission? I mean, Ag Commission functions are not being done. I mean, I know there's a lot of things that go into it, and I'm not saying we can replace the Ag Commission in any manner, but I can help promote the farms on our end. But what else? I guess, we probably should hear more from them about what their needs are and what capacity we have to help them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always thought I always thought it'd be good to have that central spot where you could just see who has what, and if a way for them to update it. But yeah, let's talk to them and see if there's any way we can help them.
I think maybe if we pose questions to them and have a specific target other
Yeah.
than recommending they reform and meet, we could maybe even get a few representatives together and have a meeting with a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Angie. I have asked these questions to Angie and a few others, and it was, kind of like what Ken said. It was like, it's just a lot of work. So the idea of reforming wasn't, like a big priority for them at the moment because of the not wanting to, they didn't have a leader and they don't have the time in many cases. But I did ask Angie what we can do to promote, and I think it would help to have, maybe we could send around a Google Doc with just questions, like tell us what your needs are. Everyone can share it, add to it, and then maybe meet. I mean, I'm not opposed to meeting in person, obviously, but if it's simpler for people to just add what they need, here's what we need, or here's what we're finding difficult. I mean, part of this is, Kate Hogan was doing some of this with her meeting that day that we all went to, but not all of us, but I think, I guess we don't have a huge capacity for Destination Bolton because basically we're just trying to promote things as opposed to what Kate Hogan does. But
Right.
between, I wouldn't mind talking more with Kate Hogan's office and just seeing, what we can do to promote and what might be helpful. But yeah, I guess maybe we could start with a Google Doc and just to kind of get ideas, and then a meeting time down the road, depending on people's schedules.
Like, I don't know if AgComs have any link between the state and local farms, if there's any type of grants, or I don't know exactly what their role is in the state besides, we're just thinking the marketing side of things, but I don't know if there's
Yeah, I mean,
pathways for upgrades to the farm, or grants for equipment. I have no idea. I don't know.
Along those lines, what made me feel better going on the ag tour was that Ken was up there talking about how great Kate had been doing, how happy they were with all they were being given.
That's kind of the impression I got with the Bolton Orchards, is that they're getting supported.
Yeah, I felt like it was kind of nice because they gave a lot of praise to Rep Hogan for all that the state has been doing for them. It wasn't like a complaint fest. It was kind of like the opposite. It was sort of like, thank you for all you do. This is awesome. You've been able to, I apologize. You've been able to do this for our farm. And either way, I felt like the state, Kate Hogan is very responsive to their needs. So I think maybe it might be, talking with her office and, the members like Angie who are still working at things, just to find out how we can help with the marketing, or, in what capacity we can help, to just sort of bridge anything that might be missing. But it sounds like Kate Hogan's doing a lot of work for the farms in general. So I didn't feel too bad about the meeting. I felt pretty good about it.
Sounds good. I know the EDC formed back in 2012 because I don't know, it's a TIF, tax incentive, something, the state required the town to have an EDC in order to get like designation for these businesses. So I don't know if there's anything like that for farms and ag commissions or something. But it sounds like if they're happy, then. whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll ask Kate. I mean, there's a lot I don't know, so I can't speak
Yeah.
on behalf of
Yeah.
farms, obviously. But I mean, just from that meeting, but it would be good definitely to kind of bridge, just reach out to them and maybe on paper or Google Doc, just find out what do you need, because I can speak from the marketing.
sure.
end. So,
Okay, sounds good. I think we covered that. So last is the master plan EDC chapter. I know I've looked this over in the past in the implementation review. I just asked that Pam send it to this group, to get a chance to look at it. I don't know if you just, I mean, we don't need to discuss it in detail, but if you just, Pam, maybe want to give like a quick overview of it. Oh, you're on mute, Pam, sorry. There you
Sorry,
go.
I'm having computer issues. The master plan's going to the planning board on Wednesday night for acceptance, and then it's sent to the state. It's a
Yep.
state requirement. And so they went through a 4-year process and gained public input and gathered data and created this document. And there's a chapter specifically designated to economic development, which was forwarded to you in the email. And probably the most important aspect of this is the implementation table, which is at the end of the chapter. In addition to that, there's an implementation chapter which prioritizes the goals into time frame. So 1 to 2 would be the high priority, and then 3 to 5 would be a medium priority, and then over 5 years was given a low priority. And so now that it's being adopted and moving forward, we're distributing the document to the various boards and committees that would be responsible with implementation, and requesting that they look into the feasibility of the recommendations.
Yes,
I
I'm
can
just
give you a
looking at
screen
the,
share.
the 1s and 2s, evaluate changes to the mixed use district to encourage development.
Can we screen share so we're just all looking?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pulling it up now. There's also an existing conditions report, which has a lot of helpful information on employment statistics and the demographics in Bolton. And that's an appendix to the master plan.
It's actually, I mean, it's not like fun reading, but it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting stuff to go through. We went through on the planning board, and there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't know, wouldn't expect about the town. So
Eric, did you want the priority table?
yeah, sure. Just to talk about it quick, and then
And then we
I
can
mean,
put it on an agenda item after people have more time to
yeah,
take a look at it.
just show it, I guess. I mean, we're just an advisory board when it comes to that, but like, if we had any thoughts or anything, that any ideas or thoughts that we could forward to the planning board or select board,
So there's various goals followed by objectives and action items with the high priority designation, the time frame, and then the responsible parties like the EDC, select board, town planner, and then possible sources of funding or grants to help move the project forward.
So on this responsible partners, I mean, EDC, I mean, we're advisory, but what are they saying? Like, we would investigate this, or we could investigate it?
Right.
Yeah. TP, that's town planner, so planning
Correct.
board.
And then PB's planning board, right? There's a legend to
Oh.
this in the beginning of the chapter, but
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't put it.
So, yeah, I mean, this is always something I've kind of said, like, we're kind of definitely operate more like a chamber of commerce, but like we could definitely get, if if we had some cycles, we can get into, more of these nitty gritty details of business in Bolton, and even just lend our support, to some idea or something. Some of the stuff would be out of our wheelhouse, like, create a comprehensive economic development plan. I mean, I don't even know where we would start with that, but anyway, just look it over. If there's any like zoning bylaws or things that we hear, like, so this business meeting coming up, I kind of feel like we should be the conduit from the businesses. If there's something that they're saying that would be helpful, if it somehow fit into this table, somehow maybe, maybe we write a letter to the other boards and say, hey, this would be great if we did this type of thing, just to lend support to some particular thing, if it helps businesses in some way. I don't know, is that how you feel like we could help, Pam? as
Right.
an
And then
EDC?
we can too support a grant application if it's supported by the town administration,
Mhm.
to create a economic development plan, that type of thing. Those are all possibilities.
Mhm. New England
And
Power
this is where a lot of the EDC Ag Committee overlap came into play, because of people wanted to use agritourism to bring additional business to the town and help maintain the farms.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, look it over, maybe at our next meeting, we can talk about some of these in more detail. But I guess, I don't think that anybody really read through this. So if you just, over the next month, if you can get a look over, and if you have any thoughts or opinions. And Pam, if you feel like there's anything as an EDC that, would be the best use of our time, that would be good too.
Sure.
So, yeah, the master plan group did a really good job. Some of these, they're kind of like generalized, but digging into them, seeing if we can add some details and support to them, that would be good. Establish Ag Commission. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say about this, but it was really good work, so we should take a look at it. And then minutes. So you sent out 4/29, June 3rd, which I wasn't at, and June 24th. So I can't vote on the, well, I guess I could vote for it even if I wasn't there, right, Pam, or no?
No, you're not supposed to.
Okay, so
So I think
I
the
guess,
only one we can do is 4/29 tonight.
okay, because, all right, yeah, sure. So I don't know if you want to put it up, but you sent it out, so I don't know if anybody
Should
has.
be up there. Is it
Yeah.
not?
Oh, I see it. Yep. Sorry, I was
Okay.
looking at my other screen.
Okay.
Sure, I looked through it. I had no issues, so I recommend we approve minutes for April 29th. All in favor? Or a second, I guess we need.
Yeah, we
A
need a
second.
second.
I second.
Yeah, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Don't need a roll call, I don't think. All approved. And I think that's it. Anything else, anybody?
Just when the next meeting is, are we on the first Monday of every month?
Yeah, what is that?
So I just want to make sure we meet again in November, so we don't have to
Yeah.
talk about wreaths tonight.
Yeah, the 4th of November. Is that, what is Veterans Day? That's the 11th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 4th should be good, I think. go at 4th unless there's something else going on, but
I'm out of town on the 4th, but
Yeah. that's fine. I mean, we could do the 11th is Veterans Day, so let's just plan for the 4th. Hopefully we get Sean or Craig to join. Sound good?
Sounds good.
yes.
All right, cool. All right, well, thank you, everybody.
It'll be
All right,
that good.
thanks.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
right.
you. Have a
Okay,
good
bye.
night.
Have a
Yeah,
good
bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye.